What should Jonathan Kuminga's next contract entail? In the world of sports, few topics ignite as much debate as contract negotiations, and the current situation surrounding Jonathan Kuminga is no exception. The Golden State Warriors find themselves in a standoff with their restricted free agent, Kuminga. And it's a storyline that has captured the attention of fans and analysts alike. Recently, NBA insider Shams Charania shed light on this ongoing negotiation in an article that is a must-read for anyone following the league. The crux of the issue lies in a significant gap between how Kuminga's representatives value his contributions and how the Warriors assess his worth. This disparity is not surprising, considering Kuminga has been a figure of contention since he was drafted 7th overall by the Warriors in the 2021 NBA Draft. On one hand, Kuminga showcased his potential by averaging an impressive 24.3 points per game during the Western Conference semifinals, when the Warriors played without their star player, Stephen Curry. However, on the flip side, his struggles with off-ball movement and inconsistent defensive play have made it challenging for head coach Steve Kerr to integrate him into the lineup when the team is at full strength. This raises an important question. What is the appropriate salary for a player with such mixed performance metrics? Evaluating Jonathan Kuminga's ideal salary. As highlighted in Charania's report, the conversation about Kuminga's contract is not just about the average annual salary. It also involves considerations like team options and no-trade clauses. To simplify our analysis, let's focus on his on-court performance and its implications for his value. I have developed a formula that estimates a player's production value based on their impact on winning and the cost of an average win in a given season. If you're curious about the details of this formula, I encourage you to check out my previous article on the best contracts in the NBA. Assuming Kuminga maintains his performance level from last season into the 2025-26 season, his value would be approximately $8 million. Interestingly, this figure aligns with the qualifying offer he can accept if the Warriors and his camp cannot reach an agreement. However, this estimate may not fully reflect his potential, especially considering he missed 35 games in the 2024-2025 season. Prior to that, he had never missed more than 15 games in a single season, indicating that this injury history might not accurately represent his overall durability. If we instead consider his performance from the 2023-24 season, Kuminga's value could rise to around $18.2 million for the upcoming season. Yet this figure might be inflated when considering his role on the team. In the 2023-24 season, he started 46 out of 74 games, a scenario that is unlikely to repeat in 2025-26 unless one of the Warriors' core players faces significant injury. Moreover, it's essential to remember that Kuminga will only be 23 years old, suggesting that he has yet to reach his peak performance. Relying solely on past statistics to predict his future contributions could lead to an underestimation of his true impact on the game. What's the best course of action? Ideally, I would propose that the Warriors take the two salary estimates we discussed earlier and offer Kuminga a multi-year contract with an average annual salary that falls between those figures, around $13 to $15 million per season. This approach would provide Kuminga with financial security while allowing the Warriors to assess their long-term plans for him. However, we don't live in a perfect world, and it's unlikely that Kuminga's agents will accept a deal that doesn't reflect their view of him as a rising star. This leads me to believe that if the Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings are genuinely interested in orchestrating a sign and trade for Kuminga, the Warriors should seize that opportunity without hesitation. If a sign and trade isn't feasible, the Warriors might consider signing Kuminga to the qualifying offer, which would allow them to avoid exceeding the first apron, while securing other key players like Al Horford, Gary Payton II, DeAnthony Melton, or Seth Curry. This strategy would enable Kuminga to explore free agency in 2026. While it's understandable to want to retain a valuable asset, it's often wiser to avoid committing to a contract that may not age well in the long run. In conclusion, the situation surrounding Jonathan Kuminga's contract is complex and layered, and it raises important questions about player valuation in the NBA. What do you think is the right move for the Warriors? Should they invest in Kuminga now? Or is it better to wait and see? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments.